At Ironman Industries, we forge the foundation of excellence in steel manufacturing. Our dedication to quality and precision sets the industry standard, delivering unmatched innovation that powers progress and builds tomorrow's world. We don't just produce steel, we craft a legacy of strength. With every cut, weld, and bend, our commitment to our customers shines through. Choose the steel partner that never compromises on quality. Visit us at ironmanindustries.com. Ironman Industries stands for quality and precision in steel manufacturing. Specializing in quality of our work, we're committed to our customers. Build the future with us at ironmanindustries.com.
Do you want to develop an unshakable level of self-confidence? Then check out my best-selling book, Mindset First. It provides a concise and practical way for athletes just like you to win the mental game.
All right, welcome back to the Mount Prospect Arena. It's game 3 here. We've got the Toronto Elite in blue and the Minnesota Machine in orange. Their first games of this tournament. You'll see the Machine going left to right. We watched their warm-ups. The Machine looked phenomenal. They look like a well-oiled machine, as a matter of fact, and you see that as they bring it in to the offensive zone. There's a pass into the slot. Big chance. Stopped by the goaltender, and the rebound swept away by the defender. And out comes Toronto, the Elite, up with it. That is number 17, Michael Manley. Put in deep where Minnesota up with it. The Machine comes out. Puck just out of the reach, and now they pick up on it. Nice move around the defender. There's a shot. Stopped by the goaltender. Rebound. Couldn't get a shot off. Machine still controlling. We are a minute into this first period of this first game for both of these teams, as Toronto sends it out across the blue line. Minnesota knocks it back in. They're offside, had to put it in the zone. Now, pickpocket. There's a pass out front. That rolls right through the crease. Back out to neutral ice. Machine back with it once again. They hold up, cross ice pass, that gets cut off. Now the battle on the far side, right in front of the penalty box. Trying to dig it out is number 89, Noah Pizzuto. Can't get to it. Now here come the Machine. In some open ice, that one gets sent into the slot area, kicked out by the goaltender. That's number 31, Braden Lancaster, playing goal for Toronto. The only goaltender that the Elite have. On the far side, I believe that's Jack Tam, number 29, in goal for the Machine. And speaking of those Machine, they bring it up across the blue line, put it in deep. Toronto back for it. Been a fast-paced game here in these first few minutes. First game again of this Clash tournament for both of these teams. Nice move to the outside by Ontario. Toronto Elite 2013s. That's what we're looking for. Toronto Elite 2013s. And they've got the puck back in their own end. Michael Manley back for it. Now the long pass up, almost gets cut off. A little bit of a dangerous pass. The lead up with it. Back to the blue line. Minnesota able to hold it in. Now here's a puck at the bottom of the faceoff circle. Shot. That one goes just off the side of the goal. And now Toronto pulls it out. Here they come with speed, skating it up across the blue line. And losing it was number 89, Noah Pizzuto. The Elite still with it. Back to the point now. There's number 8, Clark Getz. He fires it in. That one's stopped by the goaltender, Tam, and Tam holds on. So we're going to have a face-off in the Minnesota zone, be to the right of Jack Tam. No score yet here. A little over 3 minutes into this first period. There's a pass. Elite controlling, comes out of the blue line and outside. They tried to get it back in. That one's cut off, and the Machine pick it up. Now Toronto with it at the blue line, skating it in. Bouncing puck, chopped away, backhand towards Tam. He kicks it out, rebound. They got a chop at it, but nothing really quality, and back out come the Machine. Minnesota now up with it, up on the right-hand side. It's number 87, Bogdan Smolyak. Now back to the point. That one shot blocked. Toronto knocks it out to center, and that's as far as they're going to go. Now they come with it, with speed, going in, 2-on-2. Nice move to the inside, and that one then gets chipped off the stick and sent away. Back comes Minnesota once again. This time it's 89, Logan Gliniani. Shot in, that one stopped by the goaltender. Braden Lancaster made that save, and now Ontario gets it out. And across the blue line, Minnesota back though to jump on it. These so far seem like two very evenly matched teams so far, back and forth. Lots of speed for both of them. Very skilled young players here at 11 years old here in this AAA tournament in the Chicago area. Team from Minnesota, 5-hour drive away. Team from Ontario, just across the Great Lakes. There's a chance for Ontario on front, backhand. That one stopped by Tam to the far side. The Elite on top of it once again in the corner. Now Toronto into it once again as they skate it in. Defender loses the stick. Still with it, wrap around intent. Tam makes the save. No rebound on that. So far, no whistles. There's a shot, scores! Just handcuffed the goaltender. And that looks like it is number 17, Dane Hensler. And that one coming at 5 minutes and 41 seconds of this first period. And we got us a 1-0 game. And Minnesota with control once again. They're going to skate it in deep. Oh, no, pardon me, that was number 12, Jack Stevens, that scored that one. Gave it to Hensler, but it's Stevens. Now here's a poke ahead and in all alone. There's a shot off the post. Hits the defender's skate and goes just wide once again. That time it was number 87, Bogdan Smoliak. Working hard, made a great move to poke the puck ahead and chase it down himself. It is 1-0 here as the Elite bring it out of their zone, tied up in some skates. Now a pass almost gets cut off. The Elite cannot get it out of their zone. Machine jump on it. That is the goal scorer. Stevens once again sends it in towards the net, kicked out. And it came out of the blue line, so it's going to be an offside. Wow. It's been a very back and forth first period thus far. 8:06 left to go here. In this first period, Minnesota up 1-0. Now around to the near side, Machine with a nice move to the inside. Once again, that was number 7, Malachi Peck. Now kept to the outside, the Elite able to bring it out. Now they're going to go cross ice, pass knocked out of the air, and the Machine are going to take it back in their own end. Here they come with speed once again. Number 17, Dane Hensler. Elite force him to the outside, and the battle goes there. Back, Hensler keeps it in at the blue line. There's a nice pass into the face-off circle. There's a shot, scores! Great pass by Hensler to keep that in, keep the play alive, and he sent it cross ice. And we got us a 2-0 game here in favor of Minnesota. I think that was 89, Logan Gliniani. I think. His sweater is tucked so far into his pants I couldn't tell. That one came 12:54 of this first period, and it's a 2. Yeah, I was right, it's Gliniani. And there's another chance in tight, big stop by the goaltender Lancaster this go around. Lancaster has no backup, it is just him. Minnesota offside, but they tag up. So they're cleared out. That gives Toronto a chance to take it down into the Minnesota zone. Now the Machine knocked it back out. There's a pass knocked away. And the Machine on it in the offensive zone once again. Left right behind the goal, and Toronto picks it up. The Elite up on the left side, out of the reach of the forward. So Minnesota knocks it back down to the other end, but it's touched, so no icing call. 2-0 the score here in favor of the Minnesota Machine in those orange sweaters. Now the Elite comes out to the far side at the blue line. Poke check. Comes out of the zone, so they got to clear. And now the Elite holding it, Matthew Neroni. Mateo Boschen skates it in. Fighting on that far corner, puts it in deep. Poked away, and now Toronto out. Pass to the middle, Machine cut it off, get out to the blue line, but the Elite hold it in. Can't get another shot away. Now comes just outside of the blue. Oh, they're waving that off. Now it's out for sure. Sent over and actually hit the guys up in the bench. So we got us a stoppage in play. 5:07 left to go here in the first period. It is 2-0 in favor of the Minnesota Machine. On goals by Stevens and Gliniani thus far. Now the Machine coming in, they get pickpocketed, but back up now, out come Toronto. The Elite up 3-on-2 to the blue line, and they are offside. Number 25, Japinen, was a little bit too quick. All right, off the draw. This time it's the Elite. Toronto Elite skates it in, going through the middle, still with the puck. Nice move, but the goaltender, Tam, able to poke check it away. Great move now, chopping away at the side of the net. Puck stopped, and now the referee is going to blow it down. Getting a little bit extracurricular stuff after the whistle as Minnesota tries to keep the Elite off of their goaltender, Tam. Face off inside the Minnesota zone, and the Machine come up with it. Pass cross ice, broken up, and the Elite pick it up. Now through the middle with speed, tied up, and the stick lifted, so it's back and forth at the blue line. Now Ontario in with it. There's a chance right in the slot, fanned on the shot. Loose puck sitting right in front of the goaltender, gets knocked to the outside. Now in that far corner. The Elite up with it. Pass back to the blue line. There's a long shot chance. Minnesota gets on it to block it. Backhand. Ooh, hits the goaltender in the shoulder. Comes to the outside. Now there's another long wrist shot. And a knuckleball at that, but Jack Tam gloves it and covers. 2-0 the score here. This has been a quick period. 3:46 left already. 2-0 though. Minnesota leads. Goals by Stevens and Gliniani. Off the draw. The Elite control. Back to the point. That one's bounced through the slot area. Now from a sharp angle, slapped towards the goal line. Now in at the end wall. Battling in the corner. Trying to get around his man. To the half wall, at the hash marks. Now down in deep again, looking for the give and go. There's a pass out front. That one hits a skate and goes over to the far side. Minnesota up with it. They take it out, and there's a nice little poke check again. And there's some speed. Here's a chance in. Big stop, rebound, score! There's that poke ahead to yourself. The rebound this time was the killer. And it is a 3-goal game. I believe that was number 87, Bogdan Smoliak. Nope, Bennett Skaldar, number 90. At 11:51. Bennett Skaldar makes it 3-0 Minnesota. Here's another chance in, tight rebound, and that one's stopped by Lancaster, and he holds on this time. All right, face off inside the zone. This time it's the Elite controlling. Puck goes off a skate. They're able to get it out though, but Minnesota going to take control at their own blue line. Get it up to the Toronto blue line. Stop there. Minnesota going to turn it back. D to D in their own end. Toronto having a hard time with the passes, a little bit out of reach. Sometimes on the backhand. That seems to be where some of their problems are stemming from. so far in this game. Great move though. In they come, the Elite. There's a pass out front. Nice tip, but that one goes just wide. That time was number 25, Yappinen. On that far wall. Elite keeping it in so far. They get it out. Minnesota gets it to the blue line. But great work on that far side by Nolan Jared to keep it in. There's a wrist shot. Tam makes the stop. Puck bounces down beside him. Moves around to the near wall. The Elite able to keep it in. Clearing pass. Knocked down out of midair. Now into the slot area. The bouncing puck picked up by the Machine. And out they come. They're going to make a change. Get to not quite to center ice. They lift it down, and that'll be an icing call against Minnesota. 3-0 is the score here on 3 quick goals. 5 minutes, just about 7 minutes, and then just about 12 minutes in. We got 1:12 left to go here in this first period. Once again, as a reminder, they do not get the Zamboni out between the first and second period. Kids take a little bit of a break at the bench, get some coaching, then they come back out and switch ends for the second. They will do a flood after the second period. Here comes Minnesota again. There's a hard pass through the middle. Nobody able to get that except off the end board, far boards. Now to the point. There's a shot in. That one tipped by a couple of sticks, goes wide. Minnesota adding the pressure. They are up 3-0 already. As the Elite finally chip it away and able to get it on their own sticks. Sent around, funny bounce off the glass. Minnesota capitalizes, but they lose it in some skates. In the slot, back out comes Toronto. Sent back in, the Elite on it. Minnesota going to get a partial change. The Elite sticking around to the near side, but kept in by the Machine. And working there is number 17, Dane Hensler once again. Hensler has some amazing moves for a defenseman. Out of the side, Hensler steps up, and there's the buzzer. So the first period comes to a close, and so far, it's been all Minnesota. Machine, machine, machine. No penalties just yet. Very clean game. So it started out 5:41 in, and that was Jack Stevens, number 12, for the Minnesota Machine. Put them on the board, 1-0. Then at 7:50, Logan Gliniandi, number 89, took a great pass from Dane Hensler, number 17. Hensler kept it in at the blue line, made a nice pass to Gliniandi, who easily put it in. Made it a 2-0 game. Then, Bennett Skaldar, number 90, got the third goal. That was at 11:51, and there's just been back and forth since. Lots of neutral ice play. A couple of good chances on both sides. So both teams now get a little bit of a coach, a little bit of a rest for a couple of minutes. Then we'll switch ends. Braden Lancaster will go guard the Pipes on the other end of the ice. Machine. Two whistles, they came out. Jack Tam going to go hit the Pipes down to our right. So here we go, period number 2. Minnesota up 3-0. All right, Ontario backs off into their zone, but I'll tell you, Minnesota on top of them quick. Battling hard for it in the corner. Puck goes to the end wall. Run around to the far side, and the Elite able to get it out. Out they come, 2-on-2. Through the face-off circle, good stop, spinning. Cross ice pass, cut off, and the Machine bring it out. Now all of a sudden, they're 3-on-1 in the other direction. Here's Minnesota passed in front. Nice move, backhand. Big save by Lancaster, the defenseman. It's still loose. Puck's still loose. They finally clear it out. Toronto able to make that good save by Lancaster, that first one. And then the defenseman the second time. Great job by Toronto to guard their own net and help out their goaltender. All right, Machine back with control once again on the end wall. Skating out with it. To the point, sent back in one more time. There's a pass through the middle. That one got a stick on it, but not much. And it went way wide. Now the Elite up and out. Able to get it down ice. First game for both of these teams here in this tournament. 3-0. Minnesota leads, and they're going to skate it in through the face-off circle. Poke check, and the Elite come up with it. Back out they come. 2-on-1 all of a sudden back in the other direction. There's a pass through the middle. That one's cut off. Not a lot on it. Chance there. Tom comes across and makes the save on Noah Pizzuto. Now Pizzuto pickpockets it. Gets a pass over to the far side. They're holding on to it. There's a shot through the middle. Tam makes a big save. Great tap by Pizzuto trying to tip it in. Now we got an odd man rush in the other direction. 3-on-2. There's a shot. That one goes high above the net. Minnesota Machine leading 3-0. Just over 2 minutes into the second period. Up to the blue line. Machine in with it. Controlling through the face-off circle. Turning away from a check. Now back to the point. Dumped back down into the end wall. Working 1-on-2. Trying to chip it out front. That one doesn't get anywhere. The Elite pick up on it. Now, Machine get it back. There's a centering pass. Gets tipped over to the far wall. Minnesota with control once again. Off the boards and out to center ice. Where Hensler picks it up and fires it back in. Stopped at the blue line though. Comes out. Now Ontario up with it. The Elite. Puck set up to the right-hand side. In comes number 9, Mateo Boschen. Mateo gets poke checked. And back out comes Minnesota. In hard. Somebody's lost the blade of their stick. There's a backhand. Goes high. Off to the corner. Pieces of the stick sitting out there. There's a centering pass. One-timer fan. Minnesota back with it. Into their own end. Toronto with control. Here's a chance right out front, and that goes through the skates of number 9, Evan Greenberg. Now back in their own end is Toronto. They turn and slap puck back down the ice. Icing wave, touched by somebody. Minnesota with control in their own end. And they get pickpocketed. Here's a chance for the Elite. There's a backhand stop by Tam. Rebound picked up once again. Back to the point. Now sent in on the half wall. Top of the face-off circle. Stick lifted just as they tried to take a shot. Now back out comes Minnesota. Once again, the Machine. There's a wraparound try. Lancaster got it just through the pads and squirted through the crease. Came back out the other side. Now here's Minnesota with it again. That is number 12, Jack Stevens, turning and burning. Pass out front. That one gets caught up in that stick, and out comes the Elite. The Elite with a nice move in front. Big stop by Tam on number 17, Matthew Neroni. Matt got in, got through a defender. Got a good shot away, but Jack Tam there, Johnny on the spot to make the save and keep it a 3-0 game. Just about 5 minutes gone here in this second period. Face off in the Minnesota zone. The Elite with control. Back to the blue line. Held in. Barely. Sent in deep once again. Minnesota on it, but Toronto with a strong forecheck. Now Minnesota picks it up and they get a chance. One hand on the stick, and we're going to have a penalty call against Toronto here. The Elite going to go down a man as soon as they touch the puck. Holding. Here's the call. That's number 8, Clark Getz. On that one coming at 10:26. So the Toronto will lead a man short for 2 minutes as Getz sits in the box for holding, but they still have control, coming in hard. They got it tripped up, and you hear the parents calling for the call. Parents wanted that evened up. No call whatsoever. So Minnesota gets to try to continue their power play. 30 seconds in. On the penalty to Getz. Holding call for 2. The puck held up in the corner. And they're still battling for it. Where is it coming away from? Looks like Toronto able to have control, and a nice move. As we got in, that looks like number 89 once again. And he's pickpocketed. Back they come 3-on-1 in the other direction. To the outside, passed it in the middle, there's a shot, good stop by Lancaster, bouncing puck, fanned on the shot, and that goes to the outside. Another wrist shot, long one in, Lancaster makes the save, the rebound comes to the side of the goal. Now sent around the boards, and back out, it's going to actually get all the way back down into Minnesota territory. 35 seconds left to go in the machine power play. Up across the blue line, there's a pass into the shot, quick shot, Lancaster makes the save, rebounds, swept out to the outside. And Toronto able to send it down ice. 20 seconds left to go in the machine power play. Minnesota with a long pass up to center, and in they come. Puck on the near side wall. Played to the point, skated in, there's a shot, Lancaster makes the save. Nice moves there by number 12, Jack Stevens. Creating stuff once again. He's already got a goal, our first goal of the day. Scored by Stevens. 5:41 into that first period. Kind of opened the floodgates for Minnesota a little bit in the first, as they scored 3. No score yet here in the second. Now played around to the near side wall. And up comes Ontario once again. Number 88, James Howe. Puck rolls in on Tam, and he is going to cover it up and hold on. So it's 3-0 here, still in favor of the Minnesota Machine. Ontario playing better here in the second period than they were in the first. Giving up fewer rushes, and Lancaster doing a heck of a job in net. That comes out to center, and it's Toronto back in with it. There's a shot, that one's blocked. Sits there, and Elite back on top of it. Pass back to the point, there's a wrist shot through traffic. Stopped by a leg in front. Now kicked out. And the Machine sent back into their zone, but they're going to get a chance to regroup. In they come. There's a shot. That one hits Lancaster's elbow. That's Stevens again. Back to the point. Dumped back in. Now in the corner. The lead come up with it, but they lose it. There's a pass to the middle. Quick shot. Lancaster stayed. Rebound. That one gets swept to the outside. Lancaster doing well here in this second period. Stopping everything that's coming his way so far. Nice. Stevens pulls the puck out of the corner, gets it up front, shot, scores. Oh, there it is. The first one stopped by Lancaster, the rebound scored, I believe, by Stevens once again. And we got us a 4-0 game. And this one, coming at 9:07, Connor Christian is who put that one in. So it's 4-0 now for the Minnesota Machine. No, it was Stevens. They changed it online. I was right. Stevens on the doorstep. So Stevens has 2 goals already here. Stevens set that one up, did the work, and then got the fruits of his labor shortly thereafter when the puck came to him after that first save by Lancaster. And out comes the Elite now to the blue line and into the offensive zone on the left wing. Tied up in the skates, the battle in the corner, on the sidewall once again. And out comes Minnesota with it. Up is number 16, Bodie Fuller, gets it in on Lancaster, who gloves it and holds on. So the face-off will be in the Elite zone to the right of Lancaster. Dropped, couple players hit the ice, and there's a quick shot for Minnesota. Poked away on its way to the net. Now back to the blue line. Cross ice pass, top of the circle. Sent down deep. Minnesota cycling well. They've got the puck in the end wall. That one's picked off by Elite. Comes around to the near side. They get it to the blue line, but not out. Now the Elite are going to be up on it. Chip in the wall, and here they come. Good pass up to center ice. Moving in on the right side. And they are stopped there. There's number 71, Matteo Boschen. And back comes Minnesota. There's a quick shot in front. That one stopped by Lancaster. Great moves by number 7, Malachi Peck. Small and fast, that's Malachi. There's a quick pass through the middle, tipped wide of the net. Off to the far corner, held up there. Elite come away with it. Minnesota going to take control. It's center ice again. And in comes Malachi Peck, but they were way offside on that one. Malachi tried to make some moves. 3:39 left to go here in this second period. Minnesota up 4-0. Powered on 2 goals by Jack Stevens. Bennett Skaldar and Logan Gliniani, the other goal scorers for the Machine. And we got a penalty coming now against Minnesota. Well, that's going to be number 87, Bogdan Smoliak. This one coming at 11:35. And he gets 2 minutes for tripping. Now Toronto with the power play looking to get on the board. Elite controlling and cycling. Pass up to the face-off circle. Now trying to drop it back. That one gets cut off, and Minnesota trying to use their speed. They can't get to it though. Great back checking by Matthew Neroni. And Neroni still with it. He's going to move in. Backhand. That one goes off the shoulder of the goaltender and off to the far side boards. Toronto still moving it into the middle. That one bouncing in the slot. That one taken up by the Machine, and out they come. Ontario gets control once again. Here they come, up across the blue line, moving to the net. There's a shot, scores! Great goal by number 17, that's Michael Manley. Just pushed that right through Jack Tam and finally solved him. That one coming at 13:33, a power play goal for the Toronto Elite. So it's a 4-1 game. Toronto on the board thanks to Mamoli. And if I'm saying that name wrong, my apologies all the way through. There is a centering pass, but no blue jerseys there to get it. So the Machine going to pick it up and get it out to center. They're going to knock it down there, and in they come, 2-on-2. Passed into the circle, shot stayed by Lancaster in the blocker. The Elite stick it out to center ice. 4-1 the score. Played out to neutral ice. Toronto on it, but they can't go in. They were offside. Now the pass up to the right-hand boards. Into the slot. That one gets caught up in some skates. Bounces away. Minnesota on it. And they get it just outside the zone. Now the battle right in front of the penalty box once again. Back into Minnesota territory. Machine with control. 1:20 left to go here in the second period. Sent down into Ontario's zone. No icing because it was touched by the defender. Here's a chance for Minnesota as they get a shot. That one hits a leg and goes wide. Now through the face-off circle again is young Malachi Peck. And he's going to stand on the back door. As Minnesota controls. Peck out front with a backhand. That one stopped away by Lancaster. Now played to the outside, and Toronto will lead away with it. 40 seconds left to go here in the period. Elite fanning on the shot was number 71, Mateo Boschen. Minnesota able to clear it out. Toronto almost able to hold it in, but they come in offside. Just a half a step, maybe even a quarter step. 25.8 seconds left to go here in the second period. After this, they will take a break, go to the dressing rooms. We'll get the Zamboni out here to get some fresh ice for the third. Ontario controls. They're going to put it weakly into the Minnesota zone from his knees. Steered off to the corner. Now Ontario on it. Minnesota sweeps it to the blue line, but not out. 5 seconds left to go, and here is the Machine up with it, and that'll bring us to the buzzer as they hit neutral ice. So that brings us to the end of 2 periods. Let's go over that second once again. It started off with a penalty. For Getz, he got called for holding. Then at 9:07, Stevens scored his second goal of the afternoon to make it 4-0 for the Minnesota Machine. Smoliak got called for tripping at 11:35 right in front of the penalty box. So the Machine were down a man. That gave the Toronto Elite a chance to get on the board on a power play goal at 13:33. It was Mamoli who scored, Michael Mamoli who scored, making it 4-1. And that's where we sit. Very back and forth game once again. Lots of speed on these two teams. Both playing relatively clean games as we go here as well. So we'll take a break and we'll be back with the third period here in just a few minutes here on WSBN at the Clash.
Fed up with the fluffy and cookie cutter mental game advice? You're not alone. My best-selling book, Mindset First, is your guide to discover a reliable and repeatable way to dominate the mental game. You don't need to suffer from performance anxiety, overthinking, and confidence issues. In this concise and practical book, you'll learn how I coach professional athletes to get dialed in and day out. You'll see real life examples of how athletes train their mind to consistently get in the zone. And the bottom line, you'll have the principles and the strategies to break free from the weight of results, play with confidence, and perform when it matters most.
Ironman Industries stands for quality and precision in steel manufacturing. Specializing in quality of our work, we're committed to our customers. Build the future with us at ironmanindustries.com.
right, welcome back. It's time for the third period here once again between the Toronto Elite and the Minnesota Machine. Minnesota up 4-1. They're back to their original spots once again. And as the puck drops for the final 15 minutes here, Toronto with control. They're going to come in across the blue line. Stick lifted, shot fan. Now played around, back to the blue line. There's a long shot, tipped a couple of times, and Tam gets a pad on it. Kicks it to the outside. Toronto still with control, bouncing puck in front of Tam. That one's loose. Tam gets his glove on it. Blum covers it up. So Toronto coming out was the pressure off the start. Maybe that chance to go back into the dressing room and hear from the coach did them a bunch of good. They still trail by 3 here in this third period. But we're only 30 seconds in, lots of time left to go here as Minnesota controls the puck in their own end. They're able to get it out, but Toronto up on it. Now it's coughed up. Rolling puck into the Elite zone. They are on it. There's a long pass, slap pass, goes up, and that's cut off by Minnesota. They lose an edge, and Toronto able to get control back once again. There's a pass up off the boards. Minnesota takes it from there, inside their own end. Now they control. Set up on the left-hand side. Minnesota going to come in, 3-on-1. That's Malachi with it. There's a shot off the crossbar. Clank. Malachi picks it up again. Up to the far side. Now Ontario going off on a change, so they have to let it be. Otherwise, there's a shot off the post. As Minnesota turns it back on again. Puck hits a player from the shot from the point. And the Elite going to pick it up and turn it around in the other direction. That's number 17, Michael Mamali. Sent in deep once again. Now played out to center ice and back into their own zone. The Elite up with it to the blue line, into the offensive zone. Shot off the inboards, run around to the far side. Still the Elite control. Mamali puts it back in behind the goal. And that is number 71, Mateo Boschen. Now Minnesota out with it. Up on the right-hand side, there's a shot blockered away by Lancaster. To the corner. Bouncing puck comes to the blue line, held in there, and it actually hit one of the Toronto players on the bench, so that's going to cause a stoppage in play. We got 12:18 left to go here in the third. 4-1 the score in favor of the Minnesota Machine. That's dropped back into that far corner. And Ontario digs it out. Out come the Elite. Nice pass to the middle. As the forwards bring it up into the offensive zone. Number 88, James Howe, lost it, and Minnesota turns it back. So the Machine come in onside. Played in behind the goal. There's Stevens. He's got 2 goals already for Minnesota. Working in the corner. He loses an edge. And Toronto able to pick it up. Swing it around to the far side. Off the glass now. It's knocked down and out past the defender. All the way back down into the Minnesota end. 4-1 the score here. 3.5 minutes gone in this third period. And back comes Minnesota once again to the outside. Played around the boards. Knocked in deep. The Elite pick it up, but only temporarily. Machine getting it back. Now back to the point. Looking for a wrist shot. Lost it off his stick. Now he runs into 2 of the Toronto Elite, and out they come. Looking for the long pass up, but that one is cut off by the defenseman. Sent back in deep. Great play there by Dane Hensler once again. And Hensler still on the ice, keeping the shift. There's a pass in front. There's a good chance. Lancaster with a great save. In close. As they tried to lift it over his pad. Now the Elite get it up to the offensive blue line. Just inside the zone. Now it's chipped away. They're going to come to the open ice on the near side. And Minnesota picks it up from there. Now Toronto in their own end. The pass up through the middle. Gets knocked away and Minnesota back in. Here comes Puck. Once again with a wrist shot. That one goes wide. Into the corner. Elite able to chip it out to neutral ice. There's Dane Hensler. A great little defenseman for the Minnesota Machine. Sent into the Ontario end. And here come the Elite. Passed up on the right-hand side. Chipped in to the end boards. Now sent to the near side. That's picked off by the Elite, who trail by 3 here in this third period. Over 5 minutes gone. Now we got a 2-on-1. Back in the other direction. There's a pass to the middle. Tipped just wide by number 8, Anders Stalen. Still the Minnesota Machine at the side of the goal, chopping away at it. Covered up by Lancaster and waiting to hold on for the whistle. Just about 6 minutes gone here. 9:01 left to go in this third period. Nothing stopping the play yet aside from the odd offside here in this third. No goals, no penalties. It was a big hit in open ice. And the Elite pick it up. In they come. Off the rush to the left side. There's a shot. Tam makes the save. Minnesota going to pick it up. They're going to get it up to the far side. Looking for the breakout. Here it is. 2-on-none so far. There's a wrist shot. Scores! That is number 16, Bodie Fuller, with a great goal. Makes it 5-1 for the Machine. And that one coming. 6:26. (5-1) the score, 8:29 left to go. Toronto picks off a pass. They get it to the blue line, but no further. Minnesota turns them around again. Now the Machine up with it. Ontario gets it back. There's a nice pass into the middle. Good moves. And to the outside. Now back on the point. Minnesota able to skate away with it. There's a pass up. Now moving in. Nice backhand. That one stopped by Lancaster. Great job there by number 87, Bogdan Smoliak, to make it happen. And Toronto not able to, now they're able to clear it out. Get it to the blue line. Minnesota chipping it away from them though. As the puck bounces at center ice. And now the Elite up with it. In across the blue line. Nice move. In through the face-off circle. That was number 17, Michael Mamoli again. He is the lone goal scorer thus far for the Ontario Elite. 5-1 is the score. 7 minutes, 23 seconds left to go here in the third period. Connor Purinton got the assist on Fuller's last goal there for Minnesota. And we got a penalty this go-round. So another power play here. This one goes to Mamoli. And he gets called for cross-check. Now Minnesota trying to get a shorthanded goal on this one, but they're not going to be able to. Ontario scored on the power play last time, dragging his foot, couldn't quite stay on side. Was number 13, Maddox De Silva. Couldn't quite get it, he tried hard. 5-1 the score, 6:54 left to go here in this third period. Minnesota Machine leading. As the pass goes cross ice. Now Minnesota trying to get it up. They're burning the time off this clock, that's for sure. Holding Toronto in their own end, big hit, and from that's going to be another one to Minnesota this go around. So it's going to be 5-on-3, and he actually went into the boards hard. So that looks like everybody's up, everybody's all right by the looks of things. So the penalty this time goes to number 16, Bodie Fuller. Fuller, who of course just got that goal for Minnesota, gets a 2-minute call. So now it's 5-on-3 with Ontario on the 2-man advantage. Lots of space out there, so they're going to pass it back and forth. Up into the corner, there's a pass out front. Chance picking it towards Tam. Now the Machine able to get on it and send it down ice. All right, 5-on-3. He's going to skate it in. He's going to get a shot there. Tam going to make the save. Rebound, sits on the doorstep and is cleared away. All right, back in comes Ontario now. They are in on the 5-on-3. Number 8, Clark Getz back to the point. Fired a shot wide. Off the end wall, trying to get in. They can't get there. First penalty's over, now it's 5-on-4. Still on the attack, still on the power play. Toronto Elite in behind the goal. Now they lose it there, sent around to the near side. Back to the point, they still can't get it set up. Pass back to the defender. Now to the near side, Getz fires a shot. That one goes off a leg and wide. 4.5 minutes left to go. 14 seconds in the power play. There's a long shot. That hits a man in front. Quick knuckle ball. Tam makes the stop. Oh, he dropped it. Almost got it poked past him. Penalty's over. We are back to 5-on-5 now. Toronto still holding on to it in the offensive zone. There's a hit on Manley. He gets taken down. And that's going to be a trip. So Minnesota, who just finished a 5-on-3, has another man sent back to the box. And that looks like it's going to be number 18, Kellen Wayman, for the trip. All right, another power play and another penalty. Looks like it's going to be a hook. And this is, who's going this time? Oh, it's Toronto. So that takes care of that power play. 5 seconds they got with that one. So we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 1:55. 5-1, Minnesota leading. There's a shot in, kicked out by Lancaster. Now in across the blue line. Ontario with control at their own blue line. Puck comes across to the near side to Yappinen. He gets it up across the blue line, but gets stopped there. Now Hensler picks it up for Minnesota. Dane Hensler trying to skate around three guys, can't do it all. Minnesota at their own blue line. We are 4-on-4 for the next minute 7. Here comes Minnesota. There's a shot. Lancaster makes the save. Rebound knocked away. The machine working hard. That's Anders Talon. Now back to the point. Here's Hensler blocking up. He fires a shot high. Off the glass. Hensler gets it back again. There's a wrist shot. That one goes wide. Slapped in by the machine. 4-on-4. We are skating for 35 more seconds. 2:45 left to go here in the third. Minnesota leads 5-1, and both teams going to make heavy changes. As the puck starts out from Minnesota's end, Hensler avoids his own guy, then loses the puck, but is able to get up on top of it again and send it to the near side. Now out to center. Here comes Minnesota, lifting it in. That is cut off by Getz. Behind the goal goes Getz. He's going to skate with it, almost loses it, gets on top of it again. He is... Oh, we got too many men by the looks of things. Minnesota. Well, all the penalties are over, so I think Minnesota, as they had players coming out of the box, they had players coming off the bench, they were making a change, so they're going to get called for too many men on the ice. So after a real clean game, it's just been penalty here in this third period. 2:06 left to go, and most of it's going to be spent on the power play here. For Toronto Elite. They have one goal, and it came on the power play way back. Well, not way back. It was near the end of the second period. 5-1 the score. Oh, now there's somebody in the box for... Okay. So we're going to skate 4-on-4, I guess. No, it's still 5-on. No, okay. There was somebody in the box for Ontario that didn't need to be. They are out. It's 5-on-4. That makes sense. It looks like it was actually a hooking call, not a too many men. There's a quick shot. That one hits Tam in the face mask. Bounces back out. Ontario still on it. Elite centering pass. There's a couple of chops away at it. Logan Gliniani is in there. There's a quick shot once again over and above the net for Ontario. Now, still cycling with it. Toronto looking for a goal. And the shot scores! Number 17, Michael Mameley again with another power play goal. So this one coming at 13:44 of this third period. Makes it a 5-2 game. So 5-2, we got 1:16 left on the clock, and Ontario gets on the board again. Proving they can do it. They belong. All the way back to Lancaster. Minnesota jumps on top of it, and they're going to keep it in this end with under a minute to go. Burn the time off of the clock. Ontario finally digs it off the boards. And the Elite come out with it. Passed over to the far side. Lost there. Now back to Clark Getz, number 8. Getz steps up with it. 25 seconds left to go. Gets it to the blue line. Minnesota just turns it back. And they're happy to just sit back and let it happen now with just the last few seconds burning off the clock. 5-2, Minnesota is leading. 10 seconds left to go. Yeah, they're just going to burn it back. They'll skate it back into their own end as the last few seconds are going to tick down. And you'll hear the buzzer right there. And there you have it. That is the final score, 5-2. Is the Minnesota Machine coming out on top on this one. So that third period, mostly penalties. Lots of penalties came out of that one. But at 6:26, it was Fuller making it 5-1 in favor of the Minnesota Machine. Then we had Namely for cross-checking. Fuller went off as well for tripping. Wayman went off for tripping. And then there was a hooking call late as well. And then another power play goal from Michael Manley made it 5-2 at 13:44, and that's where it finishes. 5-2, the final score here. Minnesota Machine over Toronto Elite 2013. All right, that's going to do it for that game. Once again, you are here at the Clash in Illinois, Continental Clash.